Good evening, everyone. Veer Maheshwar Charitable Trust Latur MS India welcomes you. This is the daily international webinar series, and in this series, speakers are invited from India and abroad. In today's session, Ayesha Sabeen Ma'am, who is head IC in charge PG Department of Psychology, Marudhar Jain College for Women, which is autonomous one, Vaniyambadi. We welcome you, ma'am, from our organization and from all the participants. And she will speak on the emotional harmony, a student's path to well being. In practical, the Women's College, Marudhar Jain College for Women, Autonomous Vaniyambadi, is helped me so many times because so many speakers have joined whenever I have invited to them and requested to them. I welcome also Hema Malini madam, who have introduced Aisha madam, and I welcome you, ma'am, and all the participants, those who are joined here. And I request you, you can start your speech on emotional harmony, a student's path to well-being. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the warm welcome. Now, I would like to call Ms. Arshia to give a small intro and then we will start the session. Arshia, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. This is Arshia Fatima from First BSc Psychology at Marudhar Jain College for Women Autonomous, Vaniyambadi. It is my great pleasure to introduce our respected resource person for the day, Ms. Ayesha Sabeen, a accomplished academician and researcher. She is currently serving as a head in charge of PG Department of Psychology at Marudhar Jain College for Women Autonomous, Vaniyambadi. And he is also pursuing her PhD in biochemistry with a strong academic foundation, including an MPhil and university rank in her MSc. She brings with her over a decade and rich teaching experience in reputed institutions. Ms. Aisha Sarwin has made significant contribution to research with numerous publications in national and international journals, particularly in areas such as nanotechnology, environmental science, and healthcare. She has also authored several book chapters and actively participated in academy forums and conference. She is the recipient of several prestigious awards, including Academy Excellent Award, Best Educator Award, and multiple Best Presentation Award. Recognizing her dedication and excellence in teaching and research, with her vast experience, academic excellence, and passion for empowering students, we are truly honored to have her our resource person today for the lecture for the lecture and emotional harmony. A student a part to well-being. Welcome, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Arshia Fatima madam, for introducing your teacher. I am proud of such students, those who are actually involved in this academic activity. Thank you, ma'am. Now you can start your
Yes,
speech.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Ms. Arshia, for the warm introduction. Good evening, everyone. This is Aisha Sabeen, Head in Charge, PG Department of Psychology, Marudhar Jain College for Women, Autonomous, Vaniyambadi. And I'm here to present a lecture on emotional harmony, a guide to students' well-being. At the outset, before I begin my lecture, I would like to place my sincere gratitude to Dr. BETKAR sir, Principal and Chief Organizer of this international webinar series, Veer Maheshwar Charitable Trust, Latur, Maharashtra State, India. Thank you, sir. I would also like to place a record of my sincere gratitude to our respected professor, Dr. N. Hemamalini, ma'am, research supervisor and assistant professor, PG and Research Department of English, Marudhar Jain College for Women, Autonomous Vaniyambadi, for giving me this wonderful platform to be able to share with you all this wonderful topic, emotional harmony. Is my slide visible? Yes. Yes. So my title, which I chose to share with you all today, is Emotional Harmony, a Student's Path to Well-Being. Before I begin with this topic, I would like to ask you, students, because a few students seem to have joined here. Can you tell me what is mental health? Health, we all know, a state of well being. Health is nothing but a state of well being. We are free from disease, we are free from infection. That generally we call it as health. But can you tell me what is the major difference between your physical health and mental health, and do we give the same importance to mental health as we give to our physical health? Yes, Dr. Prashant sir, emotional stability. Yes. So why I chose this topic, that too particularly for the current generation, they do not seem to, yes, thank you sir, Dr. Prashant, joyful. So keeping yourself in harmony, in peace, in balance. So nowadays, the current younger generation, that too particularly the student generation, they do not seem to have an emotional harmony, a state of emotional harmony, or a state of good emotional well-being. They give importance to their physical health. If they have any fever, if they have any cold, if they have any cuts or bruises, immediately they inform to their mother or father or friends. They go to the doctor and get it done. If something troubles them from inside, if something mental imbalance is going on within them, something which they should share on time with their peers or family or friends, they are reluctant to do it. That's why I chose this topic, emotional harmony, and that too because the current generation is fully bogged down with lot of stress, lot of depression, lot of expectations, lot of struggles. All these are bogging down their lives, which makes them emotionally imbalanced. So this emotional harmony is nothing but a journey towards balance. We need to maintain balance in our life. Resilience, setbacks, we have to come back. Whatever the situation we may face, we shouldn't lie in the same situation and decay our lives. We have to take a setback and we have to relive our lives and thriving in the face of life's challenges. Of course, life is full of challenges, my dear students. We have to thrive for a better living. So that's why I chose this topic. So before I begin my lecture, I would like to throw light on mental health, as I always do as a psychology teacher. Mental health is nothing but which includes our emotional well-being, psychological well-being, and social well-being. If I'm not emotionally fit, if I'm not emotionally balanced, I do not behave well with my friend. Imagine you students sitting in a classroom. You all are sitting in a classroom, and it is a that is a break bell has rung. So what we do as normal students, what we do, usually we go for break, we go out with friends, we enjoy the recess time. But during the recess time also, you could see few students not moving from that place. Whichever place they are sitting, they prefer to sit in the same place. They do not feel like moving, they do not want to move at all. So all this makes them emotionally unstable. They are not giving importance to their mental health. So there is a problem with the social well-being. They are not socializing themselves. So this mental health, it will affect how we think, how we feel, and how we act. And as the saying goes, a balanced mind unlocks limited learning. When you have a balanced mind, you have limitless learning. Yes, from students' perspective, let us first understand what are all the problems for the students. And this term, I highlight this in my every lecture. This term called depression, so-called depression, it became very, even though this word was there already, But after COVID, after the pandemic, this word depression became a very common word to be used in every household. Even people who don't know the meaning of depression also, they start using this term depression. So from the student landscape, or understanding the student landscape, rising mental health challenges are most common in post COVID scenarios. This has created an unprecedented stress for the students globally. So, globally, the students are affected. So, the we here I have given in quote, we call it as a second pandemic here. So post COVID, the depression rates are too high for the students to manage. And as a student, you cannot escape from this academic pressure. So high stakes testing, the possibilities of winning, not losing. I always want to win. I don't want to lose. I want to get top marks. I want to be on top. Always those high stakes, heavy workloads, competitive environments, they create a constant performance anxiety among students. And social dynamics, of course, navigating friendships, peer pressure, and social media comparison. I'll highlight the social media comparison in a short story in a while, which adds emotional complexity to our daily life, and definitely future uncertainty. Once a student finishes the college life, once he or she completes his UG or PG degree, what next? What am I going to do next? How's my future going to be? We all are worried about it. So concerns about our college, our careers, and meaningful life choices, this weigh heavily on young minds. So young minds are bogged down by a variety of factors. To list a few, I have given here the depression factor, the academic pressure, social dynamics, how you move with the society, how you move with your friends, and future uncertainty. You are not certain about your future. Tomorrow is uncertain. You are not certain about your future. What your future holds, you are not aware of it, and you are very much worried about what your future is holding. Yes. So, emotional harmony, in simple words, I can say it is the balance and awareness of emotions, our thoughts and actions, how we feel, how we think, and what we do. Balance between all these three factors is called as emotional harmony. So emotional well-being is just as important as academic success. Consider a topper in each of your class, my dear students. One topper student will be there. Can anyone switch on the mic or type me in the chat box what the topper student always does in the classroom? Can anyone tell? Any one feature or two feature of a topper student of your class or any your school also. So it's not specific about college alone. Any particular feature about a topper student, a student who always wants to top, who always wants to grab the top marks. Any particular feature?
Doing something related to the education and upsetting their mindset and not at all enjoying their life, ma'am.
Why they will upset their mindset, my dear? Why would you think that they will upset? Like they are upset about what?
Ma'am, இப்போ வந்து இப்போ for example in we are college student, so we need to enjoy our life, and as well as we need to involve in education and not at all funding with their life, and not enjoying the career anything.
Yes,
They
you're right. That's what I'm
depending
going to.
upon.
Yeah, thank you, dear student. That's what I'm saying here. Consider a topper student. They do not seem to manage their. Even though there may be students who manage emotions, but on a larger scale, I'm speaking about the students' mindset. They do not manage their emotions effectively. Always their work is to win situation. They always want to win, but they do not focus on their emotional balance. They seem to lose their emotional balance in course of time. So my dear students, whenever now as your exams are nearing now, whenever you are preparing for your exams, sit for preparation, have focus on what you're going to prepare. Take short breaks, my dear students. You can take break. It's not that continuously full day, full night you have to sit, full night you sit and study. The next day you have exam, you will not be able to perform better, Because what you took for granted, you took your emotional health for granted. Your emotional health has been taken for granted. Here in psychology, we call it as burnout story. Burnout means, totally exhausted, sitting for a long time, preparing for the exam, totally lost and totally burnout, totally exhausted, and the results are going to be not up to the mark what we expect. So you are allowed to take short breaks, my dear students, in between your studies. You are allowed, you must take break. As the student rightly pointed out, you should have some fun in the recess time at least, not continuously sitting and breaking your heads. So emotional harmony is nothing but it is the balance of what we think, what we feel, and what we do. Harmony. If you keep yourself emotionally balanced, definitely you will have a better mental health and overall well-being. So key components to maintain your emotional harmonies are self-awareness. You should be self-aware. You should self-regulate, have empathy, and manage relationships. And few more definitions I've got for you here. It is a state of inner peace, my dear students. Emotional harmony is nothing but it is a state of inner peace where what we do, we understand ourselves, we manage our emotions effectively. That does not mean that you may ask, Enna ma'am, always can we be positive? I am not asking you to be positive 365, 24 bar 7 into 365 days. Negative emotions will come, negative thoughts will come, but you should have an optimistic outlook of life. You should handle them in a healthy way. Even though you feel negative emotions, even though you face negative aspects in your life, don't worry. You should handle them in a healthy way, positive way, so that you have easy setbacks. That's what I mean here by emotional harmony. And when we are emotionally balanced, my dear students, you can focus better on your studies. Only when you are emotionally balanced, you can focus better on your studies. You can build stronger relationships among your friends, your peers, your seniors, your teachers, your parents, your siblings, and reduce stress. This is not your age to stress. Of course, stress will be there related to, as I listed out few points there. Stress will be there related to your future. Stress will be there related to your academics. But don't forget to have emotional harmony. So, emotional well being directly impacts academic success. When you want to achieve academic success, my dear students, you must have your emotional balance. Only when your emotional balance is there, you can do a great things in your academics. You can achieve great heights in your academics. And coming to your point here, common mental health challenges or common emotional health challenges. Students face a lot of emotional health challenges. Of course, I have listed only a few here. Perhaps the first one, which I'll say here, is depression or feeling overwhelmed. Overwhelmed for nothing. You feel overwhelmed for nothing, which is not at all a reason for being overwhelmed, but you feel overwhelmed. Anxiety about grades or future plans. What grade I'm going to get? What marks I'm going to get in English? What marks I'm going to get in Tamil? What marks I'm going to get in Hindi? You are always excited about your grades. You develop an anxiety or stress from academic pressure. You have to write your assignments, submit them on time. You have to do it to get your grades. There is of course a stress, but you have to balance it, my dear students. Social pressures. If you do this only, you will come up in life. If you do this only, you will pass. If you fail, you can't go to higher grades. If you fail, you can't get your degree. So there are a lot of social pressures also, and loneliness as well. Loneliness is another separate emotional health challenge for a student. And balancing studies, few students they go for part-time jobs as they are not able to meet their ends for studies. So for them, it becomes a challenge for them to balance studies with part-time jobs or family responsibilities. Few students have family responsibilities from a very young age. So all these are common emotional health challenges which a student faces in day-to-day life, starting from depression, feeling overwhelming, anxiety about grades, future plans, stress from academic pressure, social pressure, loneliness, balancing studies with part time jobs or family responsibilities. My dear students, I would like to highlight here you should manage your emotional balance. So, managing emotional balance will help you stay mentally healthy. Our goal is to not to be just healthy, not just healthy. We should be emotionally healthy. We should be mentally healthy.
Support
Only when we are mentally healthy, we will be able to perform better. So, emotional harmony, as I said in the previous slide, it is a state of inner peace where you understand and manage your emotions effectively. It does not mean that you do not have negative emotions. You should know to handle them in an effective way. Okay. So you speak a lot about mental health challenges, mental health problems, ma'am. What are the signs of an emotional imbalance? How to identify your friend who is too silent, is not socializing with you. He or she is not at all coming out with you even during break hours or lunch hour, or even she's lost somewhere or he's lost somewhere. How do you identify a person who's facing emotional imbalance? There will be difficulty in concentrating. You won't be able to concentrate on anything. Everything is half done. You won't concentrate on anything fully. You will have mood swings. You won't behave normally with people. You get irritated for smaller things, or you get anger for smaller things. Lack of motivation. So there should be lack of motivation. So my dear students, instead of motivation coming to you from an external source, I urge you all to have self motivation. Be a little self motivated. When you have this self motivation, right, you will definitely have this emotional balance, and this emotional harmony, this emotional imbalance will go away when you have the habit of having self motivation. Motivate yourself, always motivate yourself. And social withdrawal. Social withdrawal is nothing but social isolation, isolating from people, keeping yourself distance from something you have lost. You can't mingle with people, not sitting with them, not behaving normally. These are the signs of an emotionally imbalanced person, which we get to see in our day to day lives. We get to see all these in our day to day lives. We can see them, and we see students in our classrooms, and you as students can see your friends facing all this. So when you see some student facing emotional imbalance or seeing symptoms of emotional imbalance, try to speak to them and motivate them, and that's the least thing we can do. We can give them some motivation. And coming to the importance of emotional harmony, why emotional harmony is important for a student, as I told you in the previous slide, this is important for improving your concentration, to enhance your academic performance. Your academic performance will be enhanced. Your concentration in studies, in life, in relationships will be improved. It enhances your relationships. It reduces stress, anxiety, and burnout. It will reduce your stress, anxiety, and burnout. And I'm here to share with you few strategies, dear students, to achieve emotional harmony. How can one achieve emotional? We talk a lot about mental health nowadays. You could see in social media, newspapers, everywhere they say they are very much concerned about the mental health of people. Why? Because mental health concerns are unspoken. We do not speak to people about our mental health as we speak about our physical health. And in here in psychology, we call it as stigma. So our goal is to break the stigma, break the fear of not sharing your emotional disturbance with people. You must share it with your close people, with your peers. You must share with your teachers. You must share. You must share. You should break the stigma. So, few strategies to achieve emotional harmony. Number one would be practicing mindfulness. You should practice mindfulness. Live in the present moment. You would have lost something yesterday. You would have lost some marks yesterday. You would have taken a max test. You got failed marks in that. You are now thinking, oh, I got failed mark in max. I got failed mark in max. Yesterday over, today over, tomorrow over, after that also over. You keep on thinking, but you do not seem to come to the present moment. It's okay, you failed once, okay. You should think, oh, I failed, but I can do better next time. You should not keep on sitting and thinking that, oh no, I failed, oh no, I'm failed, I'm a loser, I'm good for nothing. You are not supposed to feel like this. You should tell yourself, or you should feel that, okay, I did it bad, but I can do better. You should think that way. So that is mindfulness here. You have to live in the moment, stick to the moment. You have to chase clarity in your decisions, not just sticking to one old thing which happened a long time. You're not supposed to do that. And meditation, of course, yoga, meditation is going to help you. It helps to keep your mind calm, and you should maintain a balanced routine and healthy sleep habit. You should sleep on time, wake up on time. And nowadays, the bigger problem for a parent is too much screen time from the kids, from their, I mean, even for us, for a student, too much of screen time now. So screen time is going on increasing. So when the screen time is going on increasing, there is going to be a disturbed sleep for you. You are not going to have a healthy sleep. So you should maintain a balanced routine, and you should have healthy sleeping habits and regular physical activity. As I told you, take short breaks between tasks, whatever task it is. 1 hour you are going to study, sit and study for 1 hour. Take 10 minutes break. Go for a short walk. Go for a short walk. Move your muscles, move your legs, move your limbs. You will feel relaxed instead of sitting at the same place throughout the day. Instead of sitting at the same place throughout the session, take shorter breaks. It will help you regain your emotional balance. And growth mindset, as I told you, you should view your challenges as opportunities. You should not think, oh, it's a big challenge, I can't do it, I can't do that. You should not think like that. You have to have it as a growth mindset. You should view your challenges as opportunities. And as I told you, you should seek support, help when needed. You should speak up. You should you should not think, oh, what will people think about me? They will think I am mad. No, don't think about that. You just share, break the stigma. Break the stigma, share with people. If you have any disturbance, share with people whom you trust. It's not that you can go and share with any people, you can't do that. It is practically impossible also. You can share with people whom you know, your peers. You can, your teachers, your friends, your family, your elders. You can share with them. So, social support is definitely necessary to achieve emotional harmony. You can nurture relationships and seek help when needed. And self care. Self care is very, very, very important. You should prioritize activities that brings joy and relaxation. As I told you, take breaks. Do hobbies what you like. Some of you may like painting. Some of you may like journaling, writing. Do that. Some of you may like doing doodling, just doodling on a paper, something, some piece of arts you can do. You can hear music. So take breaks and prioritize activities that brings joy and relaxation. Don't always stay in a stressed mood, which will harm your emotional balance. And emotional labeling, you should recognize and acknowledge your emotions. If you are happy, you are happy. If you are sad, if you are feeling low, share it with someone you trust. Oh, I'm feeling like this, I'm feeling low, I don't know what to do. That is going to help you. Gratitude practice, so that is definitely needed. Reflect on things you're thankful for each day. Even though lot of problems, lot of issues you may have, but you should be thankful. You should have gratitude for what you have in each day. And boundary setting, sometimes learning to say no. You can say no. If actually you can't, you can say no. And prioritize your needs. It's not that if you shouldn't think, if I say no, what they will think, if I say no, what he will think, what she will think. No, you can say no. You have to say no when it is actually a no from your side. So that is boundary settings here. If someone, for example, here, one of your friend maybe calling you for a dinner at night 10 o'clock. Night 10 o'clock is not meant for dinner. It is meant for sleeping. You should say no, I can't. It's not that your friend is called. Friend is a very close friend. It's not that whatever the friend is saying you should do. No, you should not. You should have certain boundary settings for you. You should say no when it is actually a no, and prioritize your needs. Your needs you have to prioritize first. And creative expression, I told you, engage in activities that brings you joy. Like it can be a piece of art, it can be music, journaling, doodling, writing. You can. And seek professional help if not nothing works out, my dear students. All of this did not work out. If you feel more depressed, and it is the time for you to seek a professional help, so don't hesitate to talk to a counselor or a therapist. So if you actually need, you can go and seek the help of a professional counselor or a therapist who are skilled enough to make you come out of this emotionally imbalanced state. And time management, you have to manage things. You have to manage time for your studies. You have to manage time for your well-being, as I told you, physical well-being, mental well-being. You have to have time for your leisure. You have to manage your time effectively. And how do one do this emotional regulation? So these were the few strategies, even though most of them were repeated, but the center point is only one thing. You have to have a balance of your life. What you think, what you feel, what you do. It's what I am keep on repeating from the first slide. Have practice mindfulness, meditation, maintain a balanced routine, have healthy sleeping habits, have regular physical activity, go for walking, jogging, have a growth mindset, view challenges as opportunities, seek social support when needed, prioritize your self care, emotional labeling, acknowledge your emotions. Here, I would like to tell, if, for example, you are writing a small class test, it's not a semester exam sort of, you're writing a small class test and you topped in the test. It was for some 10 marks and you got 10 out of 10. Celebrate small wins, my dear student. It's a small win, actually. Getting 10 on 10 marks in a small class test is actually very small win. Have a positive, optimistic outlook even for this win. So pat your back, dear students. Celebrate small wins here. Gratitude practice. So be thankful for each day what is bestowed on you, and learn to say no when it is actually a no, and engage in activities that brings you joy. And you can seek professional help when required. And time management and emotional regulation techniques. How do you do emotional regulation? Is in between huge tasks, as I told you, you're continuously preparing for an exam or competitive exam or something, a huge task is going on, even where you fight with just check this out, I'm saying, there are times when you fight with your friends in a classroom. There is a huge fight between you and your friend, or your gang of friend and another gang of friends. It is very tough and very tight. The fight is going very tough. So at one point, what you can do is you can take a break. Go for a deep breathing. Some 2 to 5 minutes, go for a deep breathing and come. The fight won't be the same anymore. You will seek chances. You will seek opportunities to end up the fight here. So, my dear students, deep breathing exercises are very important for your emotional regulation technique. Journaling thoughts and feelings. You can write down what you feel, what you thought. In psychology, we have a happy jar. There is a jar. In that we put all our happy emotions. Happy jar, we call it as happy jar here. Cognitive restructuring is nothing but having an optimistic outlook of life, positive thinking, and talking to a trusted person, whomever you trust, you can talk to them. So deep breathing exercises are very, very important in emotional regulation. You can journal, you can write what you feel, you can write your feelings. If you do all this, your stress, your depression levels definitely goes down, and you have more chances of reaching the emotional harmony state, which is very well for maintaining your good mental health. And social support, I was talking about social support here. How the society helps you, who all in the society are ready to help you whenever you face any emotional challenge. You think, I have this problem, to whom I go and tell this, to whom I go and speak this. Don't think like that. You have your family, you have your friends, you have your mentors, you have your family. Good, you can speak up to your family members, trusted family members. You have your friends, you have your mentors, you can speak to your mentors. And as I told you, if all these do not seem to work out, go for a certified skilled counselor or therapist. And you have peer support groups, your seniors, your elders, and it is very important to communicate with them. If you communicate clearly, if you communicate with clarity, things are always going to settle down, and the society is always ready to help you. So never take social support for granted. Social support is actually a good for maintaining your emotional well-being. And digital well-being, I would definitely like to stress here, for a digital well-being, you have to limit your screen time. You have to limit your screen time. Limiting your screen time is going to save you a lot. For example, here we call it a social media comparison. I hope you all are active in social media, right? Twitter is there, Facebook is there, Instagram, etc., etc., LinkedIn, so many social media, things are there. So here what happens in social media comparison is, one person always having a lot of screen time keeps on looking at others, see how she is dressing, see how he is traveling, see what car he has got. Always we have a comparative attitude with the people whom we see on social media, and we would like to think, oh, I don't have such a big car, or I don't have such a costly car, I don't travel like that person, I don't go on holidays like that person. You start thinking like that. So when you start comparing yourselves, you are going to lose your emotional balance, my dear students. So comparison is going to disturb your emotional balance. So if you limit screen time, you will get to see all these in little bits, and you won't be able to do further comparison, and you will have a healthy and flourishing lifestyle. So limiting screen time is very, very essential. Even if you have screen time, try to avoid comparison on social media. That person is having all those, let him or let her have it, it's okay. You do not compare that, you do not have that, because once you compare, what happens is you start to lose your emotional balance. Take digital detox breaks. You have to take breaks, my dear, not always on online. It's not that you have to be always available over the social media. No, you can take your digital detox breaks, which is essential for your emotional balance. And as I told you, benefits of emotional harmony, you will have better academic success. For that only we see this. Improved mental health, you will have definitely your improved mental health. And there is increased self confidence. You will have increased self confidence when you are in the state of emotional harmony. So this one is for you. Emotional harmony is not something having today or tomorrow, nothing like that. It is a continuous journey. So emotional harmony isn't a destination, it is an ongoing practice. This is not the end. Oh, today I had emotional harmony, it's okay. Tomorrow I can start to take stress again. No, you should not think like that. This is a continuous journey. Emotional harmony is not a destination, it is an ongoing practice of self awareness. It says who you are, your growth, and adaptation to life's changing season. So, this emotional harmony is a continuous journey, and your well being matters. Your well being matters. You have the power to navigate challenges and thrive. Your mental well being matters. Do not take your mental health for granted. Your well being matters. Every step towards balance makes a meaningful difference in your life. And balance, and here I am talking about emotional balance. I'm talking about emotional balance here. So, how do you build? So, always remember these two mantras, dear students. Emotional harmony is a continuous journey, and your mental well being matters. And how do you create a foundation for well being? You create environments where the students are seen valued, supported, which is the cornerstone of emotional harmony. So, in a gathering, a student should feel seen. You should feel seen. You should feel valued, and you should feel supported. When educators and institutions prioritize well-being alongside academics, not only focusing nowadays, each and every institution is focusing on prioritizing the mental well-being of students. So they build the foundation for students to thrive emotionally, socially, and intellectually. So this is the need of the hour. Not only you are supposed to be concerned about your academic achievement, you are also supposed to be concerned about your mental well-being, emotional well-being, so that you are strong intellectually, emotionally, and socially. So before I conclude, I would like to share with you a few inspiring quotes. Emotional intelligence is the key to success by Daniel Goleman. You can't pour from an empty cup. First, take care of yourself. As I was telling you in the strategies for health, emotional harmony, you have to take care of yourself. You have to prioritize your self care and take care of your mind as much as your body. How much ever care you give to your body, physical health, that much care, that much importance, that much love you are supposed to give to your mind as well. And in the conclusion, I would like to state emotional harmony is a skill, not a trait. It is a skill, and you, as students, are supposed to possess the skill. Small daily habits create big changes. You may think, what, ma'am, you are saying so many strategies. How are we going to follow? Start little by little. Start little by little. Small daily habits can bring big changes, and prioritize your mental health, prioritize your emotional health, which will definitely lead to a balanced life. So I thank you for your patience listening. I thank the organizers for giving me this wonderful opportunity to be able to share my presentation on emotional harmony for student well-being. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayesha Sabina madam. It was great to listen you because the information you have given is basically for the student. But always these points are useful to all of us. And the points we have raised that are very important because nowadays the students are in frustration and they are not on the right path. So at this time, this type of speeches motivation are very useful, and you have did a very best PPT covering all the points needed for this speech.
Thank you.
I am thankful to you and thankful to all students, those who are joined here. They are very lucky because you have a teacher like this. Very nice explanation you have given.
Thank you.
And I congratulate for your academic journey and the awards you have received, recognition you have received from my organization and from my all team. Now DIAS is open for all. I also request your students to fill the feedback link which is available in the chat box. They will receive the certificate and they can discuss. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Doctor, welcome, sir. Please.
Good evening, Dr. BETKAR, sir, and good evening, ma'am. Wonderful presentation you have made. You are having a wonderful vocabulary and non-stop without any break, and the flow of thoughts was very correct, and the sequence what you have placed in front of us is also fantastic. And no doubt your slides, they were showing some, the leaves and plants, and it was giving a soothing effect, and really we can find out the emotional harmony, during your class, because the classroom sometimes it becomes disaster. And what you have done is wonderfully you have carried. So everyone was there with your lecture. So I appreciate first of all. And I want to make some certain comments like we are having two aspects, psychology and psychiatry.
Yes, sir.
Psychology is a normal mind structure, normal mind. And psychiatry, discuss about and, deals with the disease conditions of the mind. And today's subject was not exactly a mental health, but the emotional health and emotional harmony. So when we are saying emotional harmony, emotion, it is a inner feeling, and it is not mostly reflected. Mental health, you can find out.
Yes.
But emotional feeling is very deep. It carries meaning. It carries impressions. And mind you, it will not come out on that day only. It will come out some other day also.
Yes.
So when we're dealing with the students like children, right, we don't think that they cannot understand and they are not perceiving what is happening. So that emotion is so important to know. As a doctor, for me also, it is so difficult to find out what is the emotion of the particular person. So it becomes a very difficult. There is no yardstick to measure the mind status or the emotional status, what depth, injury that person has got to his emotion. And now we are talking about the teenagers, and we are really having, your students also joining over here. So wonderful thing. I want to say one thing, that when we are having some kind of objective in front of us, and when we cannot achieve it, it gives disappointment and that leads to sadness.
Yes, sir.
That is not a depression. That should be considered as a challenge. That should be considered as a learning process. And mind you, the first step may be fail, but second step may fail. Third step, there are scientists who has done the experiment 1,000 times to succeed, to reach to the goal. So nowadays, what I can feel, the students breaks very easily.
Yes, sir.
They are becoming fragile with their emotions.
Too fragile.
Right? Yeah, very fragile. And no doubt with the other people also, if suppose we are not getting a good appraisal or approval and no good salary, the person goes again, as you said, it is a fashion to use the word depression.
Yes.
Mein depression mein hoon.
Yeah.
Right? So that is the kind of terminology what people using it. For the teenagers, you'll find, just I was watching television and the person could not, got success in that video game or computer game or that mobile game. And he's making suicide out of nothing. So this is how we have to consider whether it is a reality, whether it is a virtual thing, whether the things which are not for you, it is not Kinj. Please, ma'am. Yes, thank you. So this is how we have to consider them, right? I remember one of my student, a topper student, and he was having feeling that I should get this much percentage. The first year medical student, and mind you, I don't know what happened. Maybe because he was having a kind of feeling. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Pretty audible. Please carry on.
Yeah. So, this boy was from the village area, rural area. And we are having students from the very, Mumbai, Pune city, like, what kind of fashion, what kind of t-shirt and what kind of shoes and bikes they are riding. This boy was depressed, exactly depressed. It was not disappointing. He said that I'm very much behind. But he was a topper in the classroom. Yes. Education-wise, academically, he was doing very well. And one fine day at his room, he found to be hanged himself. So I don't, we cannot reach, to the emotional plane, as a doctor also. So it is very difficult for the family members, for the colleagues, for the friends to find out this emotionality. So very well said, you said that, we should keep talking with each other. So at least, we can share those thoughts with each other.
Yes.
And we get some kind of solution, some kind of way from it. So that is how we can release the emotional pressures. Nowadays in the school, the moral classes are there, especially truthfulness is this and that. Instead of that, give them set challenges, give them some, scenarios and ask them to work out. This is your challenge in your life, how you will come out of this. And I think that is how we can, build their emotions.
Yes.
So
I think NEP focuses on what you have said now, sir. Like even the assessments are going to be challenging only now. Not just seeing and writing. Everything is going to take a big change now, sir.
Yeah,
we are expecting.
Knowingly, unknowingly, because of our academic pressures also, or maybe the students are not doing well. Pass comment in the classroom, and with which sense he will accept it, we don't know. So we had to be very careful.
Yes, yes, sir.
And nowadays, because of the social media, the things are become fragile. Right? I've seen the students, girlfriend, boyfriend, that business is there. And mind you, the one of the partner becomes very possessive about one partner. And the other partner wants to, now escape from that kind of, a friendship. And mind you, when they are doing it, they get disappointed and their emotional disturbance is there. And that emotional disturbance, is reflected in academics, in their social relations, their physical health deteriorates. Why to do this? Right? We are having a good number of years to live. We can get better opportunity and we have, something else for me. Right? So that is how we have to teach the students also to think about, because we are dealing with the teenagers.
Yes.
We have to reach to their age to reach, to realize their emotions. So it is not just a classroom when where they are sitting and how they are answering, but we have to know about the emotional stability, emotional harmony. And if suppose these people are having emotional harmony, I think, we will grow better, and that fragility has to reduce.
Yes,
So
definitely.
I think certain exercises which we have to do, a special exercises. You said in the classroom you don't do the bombardment of your lecture and throwing information, pieces of information in front of them. Instead of that, have some kind of fun games with them.
Definitely.
Divide them into small groups, and their each other's emotion. Right? Just a fine game, for two partners, what kind of emotion this person is carrying.
Yes.
And some people may show
kind of
joys, happiness, that may be artificial. And there may be some, you'll find a thorn in their mind. So we have to realize this. So it is a very, very beautiful topic what you have selected and very well presented, madam.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
The only question is, how we can make these people free of emotion related with the social media. Thank you very much.
Sir, I didn't get you, sir.
The question is,
Yeah.
they can change or maintain their emotional stability with the social media, because social media is playing a vital role in, disharmony, emotional disharmony. So please
That's
comment.
what I was telling even at the end. If we go and tell the students not to use social media or spend time on social media, it's not going to work out. They are not even going to listen to us. So the social media comparison, if they reduce a bit, so there are possibilities of them having a flourished life. That is one thing. And another thing is, as I told, practicing mindfulness, sir. They have to a little bit of self motivation, sir. In each of my class, I tell them whatever lecture, even if I go and take 1 hour lecture, 2 hour lecture, it's going to work a bit only, unless and until they are self motivated. I teach them to be self motivated. So when the student attains the state of self motivation, definitely what you say, the social media issues, definitely it is not going to harm them at all when they are self motivated and a bit of focus. That's it, sir.
Yes, thank you very much, ma'am. Wonderful explanation you had given. And I think, the students should attend the classes. The teachers are, the better, they are having a better understanding of their every student. And, they place the things, like, if the medicine is bitter, it has to be placed in a sweet pills. So I think we should give some, messages, consultation, convincing them, talking to them, knowing with them. So I think the students also has to play a role. That is their responsibility to attend the classes also. So with these words, I will conclude. Thank you very much for your.
Thank you so much, and thank you for the wonderful insights, sir, regarding the lecture. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Sir, because you are also related to the students in terms of NHS. You have studied the psychology of the students and you are treating also students. That's why you have said that classroom should be involved with the students. We should know each other so that they can be ask us or support us, believe us for their emergency. Thank you, Dr. Sir, and thank you, ma'am, for
Thank
your
you, sir.
best discussion.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, sir.
I request other participants, they can unmute and they can discuss. This message, because we all are mostly teachers, students are only joined from your side. So this will be conveyed to other students. This YouTube link will be shared to the students. They get demotivated and they get support from your speech also, because these words from a teacher definitely they will affect on the students for well-being. Because when we are mindly healthy, everything we can progress. Students can progress. We should support us. So I am thankful to you, ma'am. Thankful to all students, those who are joined here.
Thank you,
And
sir.
we request them also, they can join every day because there is no registration or everything. Link is same. So they can enjoy other speeches also. They are always welcome. Now I request other participants, if anyone want to discuss, they can unmute. So thank you to you. Thank you to Hema Malini madam. Thank you to all students and the student we have introduced to you. I will thank you to her also. And in the next session, we will also wait for you on the new topic here. Thank you, sir.
Sure,
Doctor.
sir. Sure, sir. Thank you so much.